We exist in a great ocean of energy, this primal essence that is the substance of all of reality. In this ocean of energy, there's this law of vibration. Everything is vibrating. The densest matter to the most subtle energies are all vibrating, right? And within this field of vibrations and different currents of vibrations per se, certain laws exist. The Hermeticists, identified these laws as the laws of polarity, the laws of rhythm. And these laws, right, at the energetic level, govern and function all things that manifest. You see, all things adhere to this law of rhythm. There's a rise and a fall to the breath, right? There's the tide that comes in and the tide that goes out. Everything ebbs and flows, right? The sun rises and then it sets. Everything is working in these seasons, in these rhythms, right? And the goal of Hermetic science, in a way, is learning to unify with the macrocosm, to bring spirit and matter into one, or squaring the circle per se, right? And harmonizing the microcosm, which is man, with the macrocosm requires first that we harmonize our internal energies. And when man is in harmony with the macrocosm, and he's blended with that great primal essence, right? That living vital energy is always flowing through him, and he intelligently directs and governs its course, right? This video is on rhythmic breathing, this law of rhythmic breathing, and how to harmonize with the macrocosm. This is Reality Files. I'm Kristian, and if you want to get my breathwork free training guide, there's a link in the description for that, as well as a link to apply for my breathwork intensive training programs. Let's dive into it, my friends. Essentially, the body is a series of rhythms, right? We have biorhythms, our sleep pattern, our circadian rhythm. Furthermore, we have the rhythm of the heartbeat and the circulation through the blood. We have the rhythm of, digestion. We have thought patterns, thought rhythms, right? And breath rhythms. The thing that regulates all the rhythms in the body is the breath. You see, the breath is king of the nervous system. And the nervous system is what, basically communicates from the brain, the central nervous system, into the body, receives information and brings it back to the brain. When the nervous system is out of whack, the body's going to be out of whack. The thoughts are going to be out of whack. The mind's going to be out of whack. The thing that links the mind and body together, because the mind reflects the body and the body reflects the mind, the thing that links it together is the nervous system and the breath ruling it all. Why does the breath rule the nervous system? Because the breath rules the life force, the vital energy in the body, how we absorb vital energy, and how we stabilize or assimilate that vital energy from the ocean of energy around us. Through rhythmic, complete breathing, right? We study the mind. We study the nervous system. We bring the mind into the body and start to regulate the environment, the internal environment. And through this regulation of the systems, the body will come into harmony. You see, physical disease, from a Hermetic point of view, is disharmony in the microcosm with the laws of energy, the laws that govern the universe, right? That's disease, it's separation, right? And to get out of a state of separation, where in that state of disharmony, that's where all aging, disease, or even death occurs, is because we're separated from the divine flow of life, right? To get out of disease or disharmony, we must focus on harmonizing the internal energies, repolarizing and reopening, right? Reopening basically the correct symphony of the body. Every organ has its own vibration, right? The elements that work within the body, the fire, the air, the earth, the water, right? All of them have an active polarity, or essentially a state of pureness. And we must bring them into that state of pureness in order to harmonize with the greater energy all around us. This is where rhythmic breathing comes into play. And rhythmic breathing is the master key to the system and is also kind of the foundation for deeper esoteric breathing practices. I'm writing all about this in my book, Mind, Body, Breath. I can't wait for it to come out. To get notified on that, make sure to hit that bell notification or sign up for the newsletter below. So, getting into the rhythmic breathing exercise now. Essentially, my friends, come into an erect posture, sitting upright, right? Feet flat on the floor, knees beneath your hips, or you can be sitting on a sitting pillow, right, with your legs crossed. Whatever is comfortable. Stacked alignment. Stacked alignment meaning that your vertebrae, the structure of the body, is stacked on top of itself. This alignment is important because it facilitates the proper flow of energy, the proper flow of circulation, the proper flow of rhythms in the body, right? And then what we want to do is essentially begin a breathing exercise. Very simply, this breathing exercise looks like 2 to 1 to 2 to 1, meaning that, let's say you inhale for a count of 6 heartbeats. Right? Then you hold for a count of 3. And then you exhale for a count of 6. And then you hold for a count of 3. Right? You essentially continue this pattern, breathing in twice as long as you hold, right? Breathing out twice as long as you hold the exhale. And you get into this pattern, right? And you fully train your mind on the breathing rhythm. By training your mind on the breathing rhythm, you will bring the mind into the body and bring it into homeostasis. By controlling the prana, controlling the vital energy and stabilizing it in the body with the breath, we stabilize the mental atmosphere. Your breath pattern is creating your thought pattern, right? So we do this to stabilize the mind, and as we get deeper and deeper into it, what we want to do is start extending and slowing down, controlling per se, the inhale and the exhale to a greater degree, right? Eventually, after 10, 15, 20 minutes of this practice, we want to slow this down until the breath is essentially silent, until you're breathing in and you're equally, completely filling, right, the 3 chambers of the lungs. You're filling the lower abdomen, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. You're filling the chambers of the lungs equally in that slow, controlled exhale. Holding, equalizing, letting that energy and air permeate the body, right? And then exhaling in a slow, steady way. And then holding empty. And when you hold empty, it's about sitting and surrendering into stillness, feeling what is completely, right? And as you get deeper into this practice, you're going to start the body is almost going to learn this as like a second nature. It's almost a main mode of breathing. You're going to feel this vibration from within you, right? You're going to know when to breathe in, when to hold, when to exhale. It's going to become a homeostasis. You want to bring the breath essentially into silent control, into homeostasis. Once you hit that point, maybe you're 15 minutes into the rhythmic breathing exercise, 20 minutes into the rhythmic breathing process, right? The breath becomes so subtle that you can actually start to feel places in the body, start to open places in the body, and start to harmonize the heartbeat, really focus on and regulate the autonomic functions of the body. You see things like heart rate, things like digestion, things like the processes or the organs are usually automatic. But when we control the prana, we can actually learn to bring the system and regulate those things, bring them all into symphony, into harmony together through that kind of breathing process. Essentially, at the end of the day, what you're going to get to is this state of clarity, of clearness inside. Most don't realize that our consciousness is often impeded and overwhelmed with all these different things that are a result from disharmonious rhythms happening in the body. The nervous system's out of whack, the heart's beating too fast, the digestion is blocked up, whatever it is. But when we regulate and bring all those into harmony, the consciousness has a clear, pure temple to exist within, This brings clarity, my friends. And this clarity allows us to consciously commune, to harmonize with the energy all around us. You see, oftentimes our life force is trapped in base centers of the body. We are living at a dense state of vibration. Through rhythmic breathing, we are liberating that life force, bringing it into harmony with the energy, the life force all around us. And when we start to resonate, to harmonize with the energy all around us, that is the secret to vitality in the body, magic, and vital magnetism, right? Through this process, you're going to gain that clarity of consciousness. You're going to gain that communion with the all. And from there, mystical experiences can arise. Deeper meditations can arise. And really harnessing the occult powers of the being. Occult meaning just hidden, right? When we are all disharmonious, disconnected from the organs, the rhythms, the polarities in the body, we have very little power. Because we are not a concentrated whole. We are fragmented. Rhythmic breathing is how we come back into wholeness. And the essential key to rhythmic breathing is breathing into and identifying with what is already whole. This is why we hold ourselves in alignment, in that image of perfection, because we are practicing breathing as the master already. We are not trying to fix disharmonious vibrations. We are letting them dissolve into the reality of wholeness, into the reality of truth. And that truth is in harmony with the truth around us. Through this practice, we learn to resonate and build internal integrities in alignment with the laws of energy, the laws of the universe. And by learning to realign with those laws of the universe, that's the secrets to health, longevity, and magic. This, my friends, is the law of rhythmic breathing and the exercise for harmonizing with the all. This is a little bit of Hermetic science, principles, and, applied practices. Thanks for being here. This is Reality Files. I'm Kristian. I really appreciate your support. Get that breathwork free training guide. Stay tuned for the book, and please hit that like button and share this message with someone you think it will impact. It's the only way these things get out there. Thanks for being here. Breathe deep, my friends. Peace.